You can be ignorant about a certain place or a certain country or a certain group of people.
Yeah.
But then don't open your mouth. Wow. One day, he told me for chest. He was like, she talked about skin color. They stare a lot here, and I'm not comfortable with it. I don't think I'll ever be comfortable with it. Okay. I'm not these strict parents. But yeah, I'm firm.
Hi guys, welcome back again to our channel. So in today's episode, we are going to be diving into a topic that hits home, something that a lot of us can relate to, especially those people who are raising children in a culture that is different from ours. So we are going to be talking about how it feels like raising a child, a black child in Germany. We talk about the joys, the challenges, and the effect of the cultural identity on the child, and and all of that. So the guest I have on my show today is somebody that I deeply admire. She's a mom, she's a professional, and she's somebody that has a first-hand experience in navigating raising a child here in Germany. So welcome to the show, Ayo.
Thank you.
So can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi guys, my name is Ayo. I am a primary school teacher here, an English teacher here in Berlin. I am married to a cool guy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a mom to an amazing 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm. Now, before we get into the core of the discussion, before we get into the parenting part, I just want to go back to the beginning. So just give us a bit of insight into your journey, your background, how did you even get to the point of choosing to settle in Germany?
Yeah. Okay, so I actually was a graduate of accounting.
Okay.
And then I always knew I didn't want to practice accounting. So I went back
May I ask why?
It just wasn't exactly my passion.
Okay, I see.
I had passion for loads of things.
Yes.
And one of them was teaching. So during my NYSC, I got posted to a school.
Okay.
And I loved it. And I was like, man,
this
is what I should be doing. Yeah, because I always wanted to be a teacher, but then when I was in secondary school, I was like, teaching isn't cool anymore. So I just left. I forgot about that. So I went back to school. I went back to England to do my master's in educational leadership, but that's not really what I wanted. But I mean, I was still navigating. I didn't know I had no one to actually talk to. So I enrolled for another course, a PGC, which is like a professional graduate certificate in education. And then I did it in primary education, because I knew I didn't want to do secondary school. Secondary school.
You don't want to deal with the grown-ups.
No, I knew what I was like in secondary school. I was not about to do that. Also, I did my NYSC in a primary school, so I was kind of used to that pace. So I went back to school and I had a PGC training and then I started teaching.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When you say you went back to the UK, tell me about your growing up. Where did you grow up exactly?
Sorry, did I say went back?
Yeah.
No, I used to go for summers. No.
Okay.
It's not like, I used to go for summers in the UK because I have family there. So I wasn't saying back, I was going back for a longer period. I grew up in Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos. Yeah. I'm a Lagos girl. But I went to school. That's what I meant by back. Then I wanted to stay.
Yeah.
To practice, because even if I was going to go and teach in Nigeria or in Lagos, I wanted to have experience teaching and in the UK, but my cool husband.
So we're going to be calling him my cool husband throughout this episode. Okay.
So he was like, okay, let me start looking for a job, because he's a tech bro like you. He was like, let me start looking for a job. Let me start looking for a job in the UK, and then somehow Germany came up.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, let's go here first, and then we'll, port from there. We're still here.
Okay, you guys eventually moved to Germany. So what were the earliest experiences, culture shocks, and the differences you observed, especially after you've lived in the UK?
For me, the British are quite stoic, and I knew that Germans would be similar. So they stare a lot here, and I'm not comfortable with it. I don't think I'll ever be comfortable with it. I'm still not comfortable with it. And because it's you catch them staring and they don't stop. They're still staring at you.
Yeah.
British people will still, they'll carry their face, they'll smile. But these ones are So I think that for me, that was the one major culture shock. Everything else I was expecting, because I have heard tales.
The language.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that
it was going to be different.
Deutsch in Deutschland. And they're not very open to. My mom is a doctor. She has done a course here before, and she told me about how very not open to speaking.
Oh, so you had expectations already?
Yeah. So everything else was right on track. I was like, okay, yeah, this is what living in Germany will be like. Yeah. Which is why I didn't even want to stay. I was like, yeah, this is going to be very temporary. But here we are. I'm raising a German kid.
But despite like having this bit of knowledge about Germany, did you already knew that you wanted to build your family here and raise children? No, definitely not. I thought it was going to be a temporary thing. In my head, I was telling my co-husband that I would rather go back home. If you can't go to England, let's just go home. I didn't want to stay here. It wasn't supposed to be a permanent fixture in my life. I wasn't thinking we would be here for more than maybe a couple of years. Interesting. So now let's go to the parenting part. The core of our talk today.
Yeah.
So what has been your experience raising a Black kid in Germany?
I think it's the most obvious one.
Yeah.
I would say ignorance and racism.
Yeah.
Some of it is actually ignorance, which is, in my opinion, it's not excusable. Like, if you're ignorant about something, Google it. Yeah. Like, you can actually seek information. Mm-hmm. You'll find it. Like, when you're ignorant and you're vocal about your ignorance, you can be vocal, right? Mm-hmm. But like, don't just, it's like saying stuff like, oh, I didn't know Black people could get lice, which I've heard before.
And these are things they say to people's faces.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Someone told me, I mean, it was supposed to be a compliment, but it felt like a backhanded compliment. Mm-hmm. I was wearing like a nice boo-boo. Yeah. This is the summer, right? And you're like, you people always I'm like, who be you people? Well, you people always have nice things. Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. But maybe don't say it like that next time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, or like I had a colleague tell me, oh, why are you hot? Like, aren't you from
Oh, for real?
Yeah, aren't you from
so you're not allowed to feel hot because you're used to
I'm from
poverty.
The tropical. And I was like, why do you get cold in the winter? Like, you're German. Why do you get? Yeah, because why are you asking me that kind of question? Like, you seen I'm using a fan, so you know I'm hot. So you don't need to ask me why. Yeah. How come I'm hot?
Yeah. But it's funny because I realized a lot of people around here are still quite timid about the knowledge of Africa. You know, I feel like whenever the topic of Africa comes up, some people think primitive. Mm-hmm. You know, they still imagine where people live on trees and all of that. Yeah. I mean, there are so many people in Africa live a softer life, much softer life than now, what did he say?
Yeah, he lives some benefits here. And I agree with you. Which is why I said there's no excuse for ignorance. Yeah. If you don't know something, you can research. Like, if you don't know an African, because there's this thing of, oh, you're from Nigeria. Oh, I have a friend from Kenya. Okay.
So do you know this person? Like, they automatically assume that you're supposed to know
we all know, because Africa, kumbaya, we know everybody. Yeah, so like, as I said, if you're ignorant about something, just ignorance and like, also wanting to find out. Yeah. So you can be ignorant about a certain place or a certain country or a certain group of people and maybe not care, and that's fine. Yeah. But then don't open your mouth. Wow. Yeah. And then like, don't contribute or don't ask. You know you don't know and you don't want to know. Then don't, because you can come off as being racist or like So that's my opinion on that.
So has there been like situations where you had to step in or advocate for your child, like maybe like a situation where people were being racist or?
For sure, yes, definitely. And me, I'm not a fighter, but if it's one of mine, I will throw hands. Yeah. There was a time in her ballet class, she was just feeling not very comfortable there. And I mean, you know, we live in the East, so you know that these people are not as open or they are not accustomed to seeing Black people. And that day, I'm glad I was there because I saw it live. And one of the kids that was making her feel very uncomfortable in the class came out, and her mother was right beside me, and she was with her mom, and she was asking her mom in German that why is her skin black? I heard as well, obviously. Yeah. And then her mother, like, I didn't know, I was waiting for her to handle the situation. And her mother said, oh, it's not black, it's dark brown. I was like, okay, is that all you're going to tell her? Like, you can tell her about how we're all different in this world. Like, everyone is unique, and then we have different people with different shades of skin color, but none of that came. She just told her, no, she's not black, she's dark brown. I guess I should say, thank you, mommy.
Yeah. But would you consider that racism, though?
I don't think it was racism, but you were asking about like...
Or where you had to defend her.
Yeah, well, not defend, but like, because in that situation, I didn't defend. There was nothing I said.
Yeah.
But I have had situations where I've had to protect her.
Yeah.
And this was one of those situations because I wasn't comfortable with that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she loves ballet, so she didn't say, oh, I don't want to go again. But in that situation, she felt very uncomfortable. She didn't like the position she was in. She didn't like being stared at, and this happens to her a whole lot.
Yeah.
She's always talking about being stared at. She's the only black girl in her kita.
Yeah.
That is not much of a problem because in kita they like admire her hair and then they so that one is not a problem. But
I think children are very open-minded and very free-spirited.
Yeah, definitely. Until you get someone telling you how you should. Because when I was in the UK, I had a girl in my class. It was the last day of school, and she told me everyone was coming to hug me because it was the last day. I was done with my placement there. Yeah. And she came and then she stopped and she was like, "Oh, my mom said not to hug brown people." So you have situations where the kids don't see color. But until they're made to see color. So it was like that for her, and it's been like that for her a lot. About 2 weeks ago, I was taking her to Kita, and the guy wasn't stable, I'll be honest. So he didn't look like he was a normal person. Maybe drugs, maybe I don't know what it was. But he saw us and he was coming towards us, and I'm like, oh man, here we go. I just knew it was going to be one of those moments where I'll have to like fight for my own.
Yourself, yeah.
And then I was like shielding her, and then he came really close, and then he was like, in German, he said, black. I don't know. I probably can't say this on camera, but he said black, then N-word. And
like black nigger.
Yeah. And I was like, he said it in German, and I was like, huh. And then, but he couldn't do anything because I said, I'll throw hands. So he said it, and then he moved away, and I was like, congrats, you finished now. He walked away, and then he was like, oh, poor guy, he's obviously not well. He's obviously sick. Like, she didn't hear what he said, but she was like feeling bad for him because he appeared not to be okay. And though she was actually quite scared the way he came towards us, but she still felt pity for him. She felt compassion, and it's so interesting to see that despite these things that are happening, she still can see beyond. She's still seeing the good in people. And I hope she stays that way because if not me.
But how has been her experience with like integrating into the culture? Like, how is she doing at her kita?
I don't think she had any issues there. We came here when she was 1.5.
Okay.
She started kita when she was about 2+ because it was around the COVID time. So she started when she was 2+. She learned the language like really quickly. She had people in school that she was very close to immediately, like teachers that loved her from the get-go, like the English speaking teachers. So they were the ones that naturally were closer to her, but it didn't take her long to start speaking German. So she got along with everyone. She was fine in school. She coped with the change. And I think she acclimatized really quickly. Even though in the back of her mind, she was always still saying, when we go back home, go to Lagos. It was just 1.5 years in Lagos, but she was like, I want to go back home. So she still has at the back of her mind that this is not home. But,
it's actually quite comforting to know that she's integrating and probably not seeing the difference like so much.
Well, so I want to keep a balance, right? Because I know there are a lot of people that come here and maybe they want to lose their identity. That's up to them. I don't know what their plan is for their future. But so like you find them not knowing anything, like not knowing much about home and feeling very German. While we're here and she's growing up here, and I would love for her to be comfortable here, I don't want her to feel like she doesn't have... She needs to know that, okay, you're German, but you're also Nigerian. So she has identity. She knows that she's Nigerian. She can tell the difference.
Now, speaking about identity, like, what are some of the conscious efforts that you make or that you're making to help her like strongly identify with her identity and her culture? Because no matter what, she's German, you know, like by passport, but she's African, you know, and she can't change that, you know.
By passport as well. She knows she has a Nigerian passport. She's very Nigerian actually. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm walking she watches Nigerian movies whenever we can, as long as they are PG, which is very rare. But we find as many opportunities as possible for her to watch Nigerian movies. She even watches like language movies. She watches movies in Yoruba. She doesn't understand all of it, but like we help her out. She speaks Yoruba. She understands Yoruba. She knows the tribes in Nigeria, at least. She knows Igbo, she knows Yoruba, Igbo, those two, she knows them well. The others obviously not as well. She watches like Nigerian content, kids content on YouTube. I think she's very in tune with where she's from. She's been to Nigeria times since we've been here. And so I think she's very well grounded in that.
That's quite impressive. Do you feel like she understands already, like, how different she is based on skin color?
Definitely. She comes home and she's having conversations about how she wants her hair to be straight, she wants it to be longer, like the girls in school, And one day, this one hold me for chest. She was like, she talked about skin color.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite songs is Brown Skin Girl.
Yeah.
Because I tell her you're beautiful just the way you are. Yeah. We talk about how like the different colors of the rainbow, or not even just the rainbow, different colors can make the color brown. And like just to show you how diverse and beautiful you are. Yeah. But sometimes these things will happen. No matter how confident you are, there will always be a point where something makes you doubt yourself. Yeah. And she came home and said something about wanting to make her face white. And I'm like, bruh, what? Like, where did you get that from? Yeah. And she was like, oh, she just wants to do that white. Like, she's a different color from all her friends.
Yeah. And this is never about liking or not liking being black. It's just about being different.
Yeah, wanting to be the same with your friends. Exactly. When you're in a homogeneous and almost homogeneous society, you just want to be able to blend in. You want to belong. Yeah. Because I know she was back home and she was in a school in Nigeria. She'd be happy.
Because everybody looks like her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But now, like, I feel like being a black child, she would be drawing a lot of attention because everybody wants to understand. Some people will think you're chocolate. Some people will think,
You're not chocolate. She can't lick that.
Exactly. Yeah. I know already that you're teaching her. Like, I just want her to understand the power she holds as a black child, or even as being different, So I just want her to embrace that power and see it as something positive rather than, wanting to blend in.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want for her as well. And that's what I'm working towards. Like, she's still young. So there will still be the moments where she'll slip up and say something, and we'll have to, like, it to be a teachable moment. Yeah. So we're still getting there. I mean, even us as adults, we have these times where we're like, I wish I was a bit lighter. Why?
Not me.
No, I think even also. I have a couple of. I mean, I've met and I've known a couple of people that sometimes they want to be. Even this colorism, exactly. It's not just about wanting to be obvious because nothing we can do. We can't start projecting ourselves into But like you find them bleaching and trying to change their skin tone, their skin color. For what reason? I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's also there's a little bit of self-hate there.
Yes.
Because if you're not okay with your color,
I mean, if you don't accept yourself, how would you expect others to accept you? Exactly. So you start by accepting yourself and showing others how to accept you.
Yep. Self-love is very key.
Very key. I also know that there is a law, like the Article 3 of the Grundgesetz.
Okay, then. All right,
the fundamental right is also against racism. Like, he's talking about, like, treating everybody differently and all of that. But a lived experience is always different from what the law says. So do you think that schools and public places are like putting measures in place to make sure that these laws are being obeyed?
From my experience as a teacher, please, if you know me, please don't find me. From my experience as a teacher.
Pause for a second. If you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us keep creating the kind of content we hope you love. And hey, if you are thinking, I would love to be part of this, then don't hesitate. Scan the QR code you see on the screen. It will take you to a short form where you can submit a request to be a guest on the show. Whether you've got a story to tell, something you're passionate about, or you just enjoy good conversation, we would love to hear from you. This space is all about real people, real moments, and meaningful connections. And there is always room for one more at the table. All right, let's get back into it.
Not always that. It's easier said than done. Yeah. So there's some schools that have this honoricismus thing going on, but you still find a lot of these things happening in schools. And the key thing is to be proactive rather than reactive. You're not going to wait for something to occur, some racist act to occur amongst kids or among citizens before you do something about it. Because here, I know they say, in the laws, no, racism is not, but they're like, there are some, sideways. They're like, as long as this didn't happen, then it cannot be qualified as racist. I can't remember, there was a case like that.
So they are defensive about
they always find a way around the rigmarole. You've made a law, but then you find like ways to
bypass it.
Yeah. I don't think Germany is there yet. I honestly don't think they're there yet.
But I feel like that is so sad because sometimes when I see people who are being racist, genuinely, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for their ignorance, you know, and I pity them for being so backward in thinking.
Yeah.
But
because
it is what it is.
What's making you think like you're superior?
Exactly.
Or like the color of someone's skin makes like determines what they can be or who they are. I don't know.
So I really quite don't understand it. And if somebody should be racist towards me, bro, I don't see you.
Okay.
You know, I really don't see you because I don't care. Like, I feel like most times we begin to see these things when we internalize it, you know. It's happened a lot of times. Maybe like I enter the train and, you know, somebody gets up. I'll keep my bag by the side and, you know, say, well,
Abi?
you know, get more space.
Maybe they're worried that, you know, the sand will start pouring on them.
Oh, but I don't want to stain you there, you know. So like I don't feel any type of way, but like not everybody have it.
Not everybody's gonna feel like be like that. Yeah, I know there are some people that would literally just those things will hurt them. I know someone she's not even like black, but she's from a different country and probably a bit more olive skinned, and she had a recent encounter here and she started crying in public. So some people will throw hands, some people will ignore, some people would exchange words, some people would just break down and cry. So we're all different.
I think I will start raising my voice where it starts impacting my rights, you know, or my opportunities. Then you just have to hold it, you know.
I mean, I used to be I'll speak in Yoruba and I'm like, why are you staring? What is it? That's what I used to do before. But I've moved past that. Now I just ignore it.
Because they're getting you to react. Why should they get a reaction out of me?
If you want to stare, that means I'm pretty and you keep staring.
And that's what I think. I don't care what they are staring about because, okay, I've gotten a couple of compliments. Like sometimes I do get compliment from people. They'll be like, oh, your hair is nice, or your skin, or that's what I choose to hear. I don't hear any other thing. So whenever you're staring, that's where I channel my mind to like, okay, they're looking at me because I'm pretty.
You know? Exactly. That's how my daughter gets that a lot. She's like, there's all these old ladies and I'm like, yes. So I keep telling her that, like, it's
because you're pretty.
Exactly.
It's because you're really pretty.
Just don't internalize all of this and just turn it to something positive.
Okay, so like I'm also curious to know like what kind of community or support system do you have here that helps you in inculcating like these cultural values and identity in your child?
We have a Nigerian community. I can't be, I was going to say I'm a one-man army, but I'm not. I'm not very active, I'll be honest. I'm sorry. But we have a Nigerian community.
Attendance.
Yeah, exactly. We have events. And when you go, like, it's always very nice when you're like with your people. It's not just about being with people that share like maybe like similar tones, skin tones. It's just like similar values.
Culture.
Yeah, exactly. Like you guys are coming from almost the same place. When I say almost the same place, like, so we all grew up in different homes, we all grew up in different cities, but like you're Nigerian and there's that identity, even beyond being like with a Nigerian, like if you're from an African country, you feel like this is your person already, and it's so different here. Because when I was in the UK, I didn't particularly have like Nigerian friends or African friends. I had friends from all over. I was in the African Students' Union, but I only attended like a couple of times because in the UK we are plenty. So there's no need to look for, like, there's no need to seek validation with your kind. But here, I mean, we are more now, but it's still like a thing. We're not a lot of black people. So when you see your people, you see people from your country, like, one name. You feel you definitely want to like, relate with them.
I think it's that same thing of, like, when you're in Nigeria, for example, and you go to Lagos, I'm Igbo. So if I go to Lagos and see an Igbo person, automatically the person feels like family, you know. And if you go to the same way we came to here, like we are abroad. So once you see a Nigerian, whether they're Yoruba or Hausa or whatever, you feel already this person like can relate to whatever you're relating to. So shout out to the Nigerian community in Berlin. You guys are doing amazing and just keep doing amazing stuff. I want us to play a quick game.
Okay.
Games. So this game is called This or That. I'm going to give you like two options, two parenting options, and you're going to tell me which one you prefer and why. Okay. So the first one is strict bedtime or go with the flow.
Go with the flow, okay. No, strict bedtime, I beg. Strict bedtime, definitely.
So the second one is cartoons in German or cartoons in your native language.
We do both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, which language does she speak more?
She has 3 languages right now, actually.
Yeah, which one is she more fluent in?
German and English, I would say. Yeah.
So German and English are at
home, we don't speak German. I've already told her that we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Yeah. You're German enough outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we speak English and Yoruba at home.
Okay, that's very nice. I like the way you blended it so well.
Oh, thank you.
So the next one is screen time limit or tech freedom with guidance.
Definitely screen time limit.
And why?
Man, TV is a lot. Even for us adults, it's a lot. And with kids, first of all, let's talk about the health parts.
Yeah.
Eyes, you have to protect their eyes.
Yeah.
2, there have been studies, loads of research to show that like them having that much access to TV time is damaging on their development, brain development, everything else. It's a special case with my daughter because I find that when she watches TV, one, they get this is not just her, they get very hyper.
Yeah.
Just that their energy is like bouncing off the walls. I'm like, calm down now. And then lately, because right now she only watches TV on weekends, and like it's limited on weekends as well. But I noticed that one time we cut it off completely because I noticed that she was getting too imaginative. She was just imagining all sorts.
Yeah,
she was having more nightmares.
Do that a lot.
Yeah, she was having more nightmares, and then she'll be telling me things happening in the night, and I'm like, now film you didn't do for your nightmare. So I was like, this one's getting too much, yo. And like it was just going crazy. So I was like, okay, you know what? No more TV. So
and they like the whole idea of animes and mermaids, and that they would want to become one.
Yes, I mean, even us as kids, we used to imagine themselves too. So I totally understand it. But sometimes, like, there are other things that they can do. She loves drawing now. She's like, she's always loved it, but now I'm really seeing the skill. She loves painting. We're reading more. She's writing. Like, so
you're supplementing screen time with
others for sure. Yeah.
That's very good. So parenting books or parenting instincts?
Never read a parenting book in my life. I don't know what they're about. I don't know what. Well, I did get a gift from a friend and I read it, some of it. But I don't know how to do how-to books. I don't know how to. I'm just taking it. I'm going with the flow. I'm going with my teacher instincts. I'm going with how I was raised. Some things, they just come naturally. I think that's how I'm doing it with her. Yeah. I do take advice, but I don't read books.
Yeah. I like the fact that you are a teacher. Like, that gives you a lot of experiences already because you deal with children
pros and cons. Pros and cons.
There's pros and cons, Yeah. My both parents were teachers. My mom was very strict, I'm
not the strict parent, so I will say I'm not the strict parent. But I'm firm.
Okay. It's important sometimes. Yeah. For me, I'm not a parent. When I'm ready to become a parent, I think I would.
They spoil your kids. When I say spoil, I don't mean like you'll be spoiled. Yeah. But you will spoil them. Yeah. You give them the best.
I know. I feel like I'll spoil them, but then I'll be a disciplinarian as well.
We'll see. See so they laugh. We'll see.
I can't wait to see how I parent, but
don't worry.
I feel like I feel like a blend of both would make sense.
That's what's perfect, really.
Because nobody knows it all.
You have a balance.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to be that person, and you need to know. It's good cop back up. Each parent should be both of those.
Yeah. And you can't use a textbook knowledge to raise a child because every child is different. So which book?
Every child is different. Kids are all the same, but every child is. I don't know if it makes sense. Like kids,
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because they have all these.
They give trouble the same way, but different troubles.
Yeah, exactly. The way they say every pregnancy is different. Every child is different. Children will show you pepper in different ways. All of them.
To all the mothers, you guys are really doing amazing. The next one is multilingual household or one language focus.
We was one language focus. They focus on one language. Even in my house, growing up, we did focus on one language. My mom would speak Arabic. She would speak French.
Oh, she speaks Arabic?
Yeah, because she schooled in Cairo. So she has some Arabic and French because, we are bordered by Francophone countries. So French is already technically our first foreign language. And my mom had French in school, so we grew up hearing French. So you speak
French?
My French is not good. It's je sais pas. I'm already speaking German. That's the thing. It's messing with it. Yeah. So at home we spoke Yoruba, we spoke English. We grew up learning more than one language. So, and the research shows that kids that speak more than one language are more intelligent.
Exactly. So, very true.
So why we go to do one language else? No, even Pidgin. She's learning Pidgin.
So the next one is home remedies or street pediatrician.
I'm a doctor's daughter.
Yes.
But the doctor is also Nigerian. Home remedy. I think the I want to.
Oh, so, really?
No. So another thing is like in this journey.
Yeah. Is your mom like is your mom a pediatrician?
No, she's not. But in this journey, when you are sick.
I know, right?
You know. I don't
it's not really easy to quickly like book an appointment, or even when you get an appointment, like the kind of response they give is not satisfactory.
They will literally tell you to go back to home remedy. So we try and solve the problem at home first, and then if it gets too bad, then you go to the hospital. But home remedy definitely.
No self-medication,
No self-medication. But home remedy doesn't have to be like medication.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like doing the
like on ginger.
Yeah, exactly. Chamomile tea, sit in chamomile tea. They told us that one before.
So let her figure it out or step in right away.
No, not right away. I won't step in right away.
Yeah.
It's very German to let them figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
Like half and half. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what the situation is, but she should try and figure it out. If she can't figure it out, I will step in gently and like maybe try and like point her in the right direction. Like just giving her like I say some things in a certain way or like question. Like there's something I do with her where I don't tell her what to do. I ask her a question. Like if she says, "Oh, what does this say?" She's reading now, right? What does this say? I'm like, what do you think it says? Like, just to point her in the right direction. So I'm not like telling her what to do. I'm not telling her what to think. I'm just trying to guide her to think.
Yeah, that's cool. But that's one thing I appreciate about German parenting, like the whole nurturing into like independent mind.
They don't do it the right way. I'm sorry to say.
It can be over sometimes, but it also has the pros,
you need to get your kid. So, no, honestly, some things are happening and you're like, you're just standing there waiting for them to sort it out. Your kid is banging another kid's head with
no, not that. Like that's the extreme things. That's what I'm saying. Like so, like this kind of things comes with the cons as well. So like that's definitely the extreme bad side, but there's also good to it, because it's good for children to start like forming that sense of independence from a young age.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Thank you so much for the game. I feel like you have a very balanced approach to your parenting. And that's quite admirable. I hope it resonates with somebody out there. I just want to know, Ayo, what advice do you have to a parent out there who is navigating like raising a child in a different culture other than yours?
I just want to say, take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. You've got this. You'll be fine. It's not easy, but you do it. You do it. You literally have no choice. You do it. Always remember, I don't know, depending on if you believe, just God first. And be confident in yourself. Like you can do it, and you are doing it, and you will do it.
You're meant to be a mother.
Yeah, exactly. And just keep them grounded. Keep them mother, father, whoever you are, keep them grounded in their roots, and you'll be fine.
That's a very nice one. How important do you think? I've had this conversation with a lot of friends, and people have different perspectives, but I want to hear your perspective. How important do you think it is for a child to strongly identify with their race or their
ethnicity? That's your identity. I'm sorry. That's your identity. You're a human first, yes. But it's very important for you to be proud, know yourself and be proud of yourself. Be proud of where you're from. Be proud of who you are. Like, it shouldn't be like your whole identity, because some people, their whole personality is built around, I'm black, or I'm a white male, or whatever it is. But that, it's not a flex, it's just who you are. Yeah, it is who you are. Like, embrace it and work with it. Like, you should be proud of who you are, regardless of who that is.
Because I feel like this tends to affect children when they grow older, especially mixed-race children.
Yeah. Mixed-race children is an entirely different thing, man. Exactly. They don't feel like they belong in either
extremes.
Then unfortunately, the people on those sides make them feel like they don't belong. Like, you're not black, you're not. And then white people are like, you're black. Yeah. So
you might not know how important it is for your child to like identify with their culture, But I think it's very important because most times when children grow up, they tend to question these kind of things.
Yeah.
I've seen a grown-up who was blaming the parents for because she doesn't know how to speak her language, like her mother tongue.
That's valid.
And she was
Blame
blaming
them.
her mother for not teaching her.
Blame
so
if father, she's there, blame father.
Like her parents, sorry, not just the mother.
Yeah,
you know.
blame them.
So
It's very
sometimes
valid.
they think that these are not important, but maybe you should teach a child first, and when they grow up, if they don't need
want
it, they
to,
can
like, they want to
discard it,
dispose,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
They don't dispose of it, let them do that, but it's your responsibility to
Exactly.
teach your child all of that. The language, the culture, the history, all of that is your responsibility. It's not for the child to start seeking knowledge when they can seek extra knowledge, but you as the parents, these are the things, the way you teach them, like values, proper values, moral values, teach them to believe in God or whatever you believe in. You should also teach them that. I think it's very important for a child to know their culture, know their language, because it's their identity essentially.
And I know that for some people, like, it can be so easy to ignore because you don't know the impact of it on yourself. Like, if you grew up in your own culture, for example, you would take it for granted because you don't really know, like, you're not missing out anything because you have all of it. So, but your child would have a different experience and would really pray for those.
That different experience thing, they pay me. I honestly wish we could have like the best of both worlds. Like, you can have like all these things that we have here that we may not have back home, but also the whole growing up at home, watching NTA, please. Maybe not NTA, but you get what I mean. Like the experience of like being friends with your neighbors, like that communal living. Our kids are not going to get it, unfortunately.
You don't know what you have until you lose it. Well, thank you so much, Ayo, for tuning in. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for sharing your strength, and thanks for sharing your journey. I know that your story definitely resonates with somebody out there. And for the viewers out there, if her story resonated with you, please don't forget to share with other people who might want to listen to this story as well. Like, how are you navigating parenting in Germany? It doesn't have to be Germany, in any other, for those living in the diaspora, in a place that is different from your culture. What are the steps you're taking into, like, making sure that your child is fully integrated into their identity? Just share your comments in the comment section and share with your friends so that they can benefit from this conversation as well. So we are going to see you again in our next video. Bye, guys.